talking about?
I was thinking I was going to call for weeks.
Oh, my God. Please lend me your hand. Give me a helping hand. Send us a care package.
I've been waiting for weeks. I saw the Kings game on TV last night.
Are you sure?
Yeah, and I noticed you're still using that thing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Are you sure? Yeah.
That's the new 360, huh?
If I could tell you what we've gone through here, of course you've gone through some good stuff out there too. It's Phil Hendrie, folks. Phil Hendrie. Remember him? They're saying who?
Yeah.
Have you got the flu or something?
I just woke up. It's 10 o'clock. I get off here at midnight, and I'm in bed at 3, so everything's screwy.
Yeah. And is your fiance there with you?
No, she's finishing school in Minnesota.
Oh, brother.
And, so I have a one-room flat somewhere in near Rose Bowl country. It's really weird. It's raining.
In Pasadena?
Yeah, I'm in Pasadena.
It's the little old talk host from Pasadena.
Yeah, and
all right.
It's about 50 degrees. It's pouring rain.
So when are you coming back?
I hear you were predicting a year. I think that'll probably be about right.
Why is that? Are they giving you a bunch of crap?
No, I'm having a good time, but I'm listening to people calling me up here saying, Neil's on the air saying you're sucking wind out there.
I never said that's a lot of crap. I never said that.
Well,
Steve Nickel, your good close personal friend, is the one that keeps going on here in his 85 different talk shows that we got because he's got all these vacant gaps he can't fill in, and that's all he talks about is how you're never going to make it out there and they're giving you a bunch of crap.
I don't know why he would do that or why he would.
I never said that. All I did, there was a blurb in the paper a day or two after you started, and they said, about the first day, and they started bitching about the language and about the Shaquille bit and all of this other stuff.
Well, I don't use dirty language, as you know.
Damn it.
And but the characters that I use.
Do you say asshole?
I believe Harvey Wireman once or twice.
Okay.
But I don't.
You don't. That's good. Okay.
Even if it's a fake voice doing it, it's a little nuts for Los Angeles. There's no place like WIOD. I know it sounds
like WIOD used to be, right?
Well, I don't know how it is now, but people don't. I talk to people about the station about how it was in Miami, and they don't even understand.
Never happen again, Phil.
Yeah,
there will never again in the history of our business be what we had.
It was great. But what happened?
When are you coming back?
Huh?
When are you coming back? I'm not joking. I'm serious. What time can you be on the plane? I'll pick you up personal at the airport.
I don't know, man. If I keep.
We'll have a limo for you.
I don't know. It's I can't keep living my life this way. I'm 44. I got to start living.
So are they backing you up, so to speak, or are they giving you a bunch of crap?
The program director here is a guy named David Hall, and actually I've done David Hall voices, and now everybody thinks he's a complete swine.
Mm-hmm. I told you he was.
The first night, actually, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
What am I hearing there? Is that the 360?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a thing. It's a computer. It does like unbelievable. Like that.
Like I'm listening to ESPN highlights.
We finally got our DCS in here after weeks and weeks of railing and gnashing our teeth and screaming and yelling. It's unbelievable.
You guys were using carts instead?
Well, we were using a thing called the Audio Vault, which is okay, except that it doesn't do what we need it to do. You know what I'm saying? It looks very impressive, and you can store like about 10 different things in there, but if you store more than 10 things, you can never find them.
So this 360, can you do this with a phone caller? Can you make them...
No, it's just a computer that you store drop-ins in. Like I pooped my pants. Like that, It's great.
That's terrific.
But we got a lot of real good-looking stuff in here. A lot of it doesn't work, but they're too busy buying up 400 other radio stations this week. So, in fact, there was a trend that the book came out, which I'm sure you must know, and we all made bonus.
I heard. I haven't gotten the check yet. But
why not?
Yeah. I have no idea.
You haven't gotten the check yet? It's the 21st of November?
I have not gotten my bonus check, no.
You got to be kidding me.
I'm sure it's an oversight. I'm sure it's, But I heard it was a good book. I don't know.
It was a phenomenal book.
Mm-hmm. You say that a trend just came out now?
Well, we don't have any idea what it is. Now, it came out, I was on vacation. I was in Rome for 9 days. And I come back, and I'm desperately asking and begging, was there a trend?
Yeah.
And it evidently came out, but even our PD doesn't know what it is. He hasn't gotten up off the floor long enough to find out what it was.
The thing about here, we got this is the October, September, August trend. We got that like 2 days into November. It scared me. It got here so fast.
Yeah.
And the program director says, we just got the October trend. I'm like, it's only the second day of November.
Yeah.
And I asked him, well, what was it? He goes, well, it isn't your trend, man. It was like it ends in the middle of October, so it's not yours.
Well, that's always good.
And I said, thank you, and went off and hit again. But the day after I got here, we did a shack bit. I had Shaquille O'Neal on the air and, the usual stuff. And they threatened to sue the next day. As soon as I went on the air, or actually as soon as I talked to the Lakers and told them what I was doing, they sent us an autographed basketball, and that was the end of that.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So, which I never saw again. The general manager took and put in his office.
Yeah, if you get him one more, he'd have a set. That would be great.
But, it's fun. But I miss the station, miss IOD, because you don't have to look over your shoulder quite as much. Or back there, I didn't have to look over my shoulder quite as much.
Yeah, want to bet?
I do here.
Yeah.
What's happened here in Los Angeles?
In fact, here you look over your shoulder, you don't see anything, so it's great.
Yeah, they're there. It's kind of like Minneapolis here. It's like I'm on a staff of a fairly conservative-sounding radio station, and then at 9 o'clock...
the master of understatement, yeah.
Yeah, it gets a little strange, so...
Okay.
That's the story. I mean...
so you're doing okay?
I'm doing fine. It's good to be home and see all of my friends, but I was calling. I called George to see if the CDs were out. Are they in the store?
Yes, they are, and they're going like hotcakes.
I'd love to be able to get one and have it autographed by you or somebody. Just to see if,
Actually, I autographed one of yours when we did our thing at the Fashion Mall. We autographed that. We had a very dismal turnout, although we're up to like about $50,000 already. It's not even the end of November, so we're doing real great on sales.
Great. Yeah.
But I think it's because they're in the borders, and people just don't want to come out and see our ugly faces again.
Right, yeah.
Seriously, the Fashion Mall was a disaster. We had like almost nobody there, and we still raised about $9,000. I don't know how. And we had a big thing at the Pizza Loft, which we did well there. This weekend with the Sawgrass, so we'll see. If anybody speaks English.
This Sawgrass idea has hit California as of last week. Now they got something called the Ontario Mills Mall. And they said, this is a fantastic and unique concept in shopping, and you've got to see this. And I go, it's the Sawgrass Mills Mall.
Bunch of outlet joints, yeah.
Yeah.
What is the mall out there that's like, it's years ago that I was there, about 10 years ago, but it's like the biggest mall in the world?
Well, in California?
Yeah.
Or are you thinking of Mall of America in Minnesota?
No. Well, it used to be. Maybe it's not anymore the biggest, but you've got to know what I'm talking about.
Well,
somewhere in L.A.
Yeah, there's the West Los Angeles Galleria, Glendale Galleria.
Glendale Galleria, I think that's it.
The Galleria, which is it's disgusting.
Boy, they got a lot of really overpriced crap in there.
A whole bunch of junk and a lot of smog. I forgot all about the smog, man. When I hit town, it was brutal.
Are you sure?
It was solid smog for a month.
Yeah.
And the people, I thought Miami, they drove crazy in Miami, and I forgot how nuts they are here.
Yeah, but at least they go somewhere there.
And the station, as you know, is in the ghetto. So when I leave at night...
What is it, in Watts?
It's actually, I shouldn't say the ghetto. It's in a working-class part of Los Angeles called Koreatown. But it is a part
Koreatown, that sounds good.
Yeah, it is a part of the city that got burned during the 92 riots.
Uh-huh.
In fact, I don't know if you knew this, but the hosts at KFI during the riots had to broadcast from a remote site because they had National Guard surrounding the station. So I leave there at 12:15 at night, and I got to go up Normandy, which is the Normandy of Florence and Normandy, the flashpoint of the riot.
Right.
And I'm doing like 90 up the street. Yeah, it's brutal.
Well, you got to have some good OJ stuff starting the next couple of days, huh?
I couldn't care less, but everybody else thinks it's great, so I guess I'm going to have to talk about it.
Yeah, you got to do it.
And...
Well, our Panthers are doing good. We won another game last night.
I saw the game last night. It looked terrific.
Kings looked really flat to me. They played pretty crappy. Kevin Stevens, I think, needs a couple of more drinks. They'll be all done.
They got two hockey teams out here. They both pack about 15 a night, and neither one of them's any good.
No, the Kings don't draw anybody. Are you kidding me?
Well, they got 15,000 for their last home game.
Well, that has to be the biggest crowd they've had all year, because most of the games I've watched, you could have your own section, and they've been announcing like 12-5 and 12-8. They're not drawn.
And the Anaheim team, the Mighty Ducks.
They do draw, yeah.
Well, that's place.
But that's that Disney thing, though.
Yeah.
But they do draw out there.
They just changed the name of the Angels to the Anaheim Angels.
Yeah, that should turn them around. Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll really turn
that should give Gene Autry another 10 years.
That's it.
So I don't even want to tell you what's going on here, because I don't want to get you too depressed.
Well, what do you mean, in terms of the station or in terms of the city?
Yeah, in terms of all of the above. It's just when we first moved into the new studio over here, which we got around to, I think, on the 10th of October, and it, like I said, it looked really palatial, and they were like, really, so, what can we do for you, whatever you want, and this and that. And then we started trying to work with this stuff for a couple of days, and all of us, including me, we were in here like till 10, 11 o'clock midnight every night, loading stuff, because Roy Pressman is the chief engineer, who's a real asshole. No, he is. Roy! That's the guy. And he started telling us, well, those carts, you got 30 days to get rid of all the carts. He started laying down all this crap and being like a dictator.
30 days to get rid of
And in the meantime, we got a whole room full of carts still stacked up to the ceiling, and all the work that we did on these mini discs, these mini CDs, we loaded all this stuff on mini CDs, and what?
You know who is smoking.
Oh, yeah, you know who is smoking there. Yeah, so I come back from vacation, we get a memo. Wait till you hear this. I come back from 9 great days in Rome. The weather was great. I had the time of my life. I felt great. Come in here the first day on Tuesday, like 2 days ago. There's a memo from our illustrious program director who finally got off the floor long enough to put out a memo. And it says, according to our chief engineer, no smoking will be allowed in this building, absolutely, except for you-know-who.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Talk about a knife in my back, okay? So today we all decided, well, you-know-who can be anybody. So George is you-know-who, and Wayne and Adam and Suds, everybody here is you-know-who, and we're all smoking up a storm today. It's WID Smoking Day.
Well, was you-know-who supposed to be you? Or
yeah.
It was you?
I assume, yes.
Because I was thinking it might be Steve.
No. No, he goes out and stands in the parking lot in between, hanging out in the trunk of his car for hours at a time.
No smoking except for you-know-who.
So, and then when I went on vacation, of course, they played a lot of best-of tapes, and I had, they were old tapes, and they had a bunch of GDs in there, and with my luck, of course, Buddy Bud happened to be listening last Monday, and there were like 75 GDs in the first hour, and of course, he was making frantic phone calls. What's going on with that GD place? That kind of stuff. And so now the new deal is George has got to, spend 45 hours a day editing out GDs from the old best-of tapes.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
You know what they have here? The best of system that they have here, it's a CD. These guys, it's amazing, Neil. I'm watching them as I'm doing the show. The board op turns around and he edits the compact disc as we're doing the show because they do best ofs overnight. They do an hour of my show. This kid's editing the thing as we go, and it's ready to go at midnight. It's a compact disc.
We don't want to get carried away.
it's incredible. Some of the technology, some of it is...
I don't want to push
Roy
too much,
Roy.
Oh, man, this guy makes Mitch Wein seem like the good humor man. This is the sourest, the most arrogant. He thinks, like all chief engineers, he thinks he runs the joint. This guy's a maniac.
Yeah.
And I had to fight this guy to get to DCS in here. We had practically World War III. I had a big meeting with the big triumvirate from Paxson Broadcasting. They get to DCS in here, and he's a broken man now. So his new deal is he's going to get that bastard to stop smoking in there no matter what it takes. That's the new deal.
Oh, man.
Meantime, half the equipment don't work, but he's worried about who's smoking or not.
Oh, boy.
It's unbelievable. It's incredible.
Is it better or worse?
So far, I would say on a scale of 0, it's minus infinity.
Oh, God.
I mean, they're pretty much leaving me alone, but we got Ron in the morning who came in here one day a couple of weeks ago to check the joint out. And Ron Diaz, this guy, have you ever seen these guys?
He's a big guy, isn't he?
He's a big guy. I said that he's like, he could be a tombstone. He could be he's like an Indian.
He's like a cigar store Indian.
Yeah. He's like a totem pole, this guy. I said they ought to stick him out in front of Seminole Bingo over here in Hollywood. He never cracks a smile. And then the two of them came in here. The little guy, Bennington, has got not dreadlocks, he's got deadlocks. He's got dreadlocks that are so schmutzy and so full of crap that you know there's stuff crawling around in there. The most bizarre-looking guys. I mean, they make us look good. I've never seen anything like them. And, of course, all they talk about is racist crap about the riots in St. Pete, which I have no idea what the people here care about that, you know.
Right.
So I come on at 10 o'clock, and I feel like I'm coming from 5 years of dead air. And then Rick and Suds in the afternoon, of course, are renegotiating their deal and having very little success doing that. And then Defoe, of course, flew the coop and went over to QAM.
Yeah, I heard he is.
And the Dolphins, of course, and all the sports are going over there for a gigantic, ridiculous amount, which QM's going to lose their ass. But in the meantime, we have no show. We got Mandich hanging on at night because till Dolphin season's over, he'll be gone.
Yeah.
So at the end of December, we have no programming from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
What happened with the Dolphins? I mean, I thought that was the whole cornerstone of the...
Well, evidently QM put up like 37 million plus millions of freebies and all kinds of stuff, and it just reached the point where it was going to be a losing proposition.
Oh, get a load of this. There was a guy, there's no sports radio in Los Angeles, but there's one station out of San Diego called Extra, which has 77,000 watts. Right. Because the Mexican government...
XTRA, right.
And they get into L.A. Well, a week ago, these guys down there who do the afternoon show did a Guess what? A fake Deerdorf interview.
No.
And it made the paper. 3 people called their show. I don't know whether they were calling from Miami or here or what. And they call him up and they go, so what is it? Like Phil Hendrie's been on the air 6 weeks and you're already copping his act?
Oh, man.
And the dude, the host of the show says, oh, no, we don't do what that Phil Hendrie guy does. I was down in Miami 2 years ago for the Super Bowl. I heard that whole Brian Cox thing. No. This guy's like, and you're not stealing what I'm doing. These guys are doing some phony Deerdorf thing, and so Deerdorf threatened to sue. And one thing about Los Angeles, where they threaten to sue you in Miami, they will sue you here. This is the most litigious.
Well, then send them all down here because or just have them sue Cox up there because Cox Broadcasting, I'm discovering, I don't want to mention any particular lawsuits, but they're like paying off everybody. I mean, all you got to do is sue them and look at them ugly. Okay, here's some money,
You know what? You're right. We can't say anything specific.
No.
And I'm hearing stuff like that. It's weird. And I talked to Norm about the thing, and Norm's like ready to hang himself. Over that. Well, anyway.
Yeah, I didn't think Norm was hung, but what do I know? No interest.
Well,
we're hanging in there. We're doing the best we can. We have no idea what the trend was. We have a program director who's walking around kind of incoherent, who does about 16 different shifts a week now. Seriously, we have no programming from 8 o'clock at night. They play Best of Ron and Ron tapes because they haven't figured out who to put on at night. We got that Ron Bar Sports Abortion overnight from the West Coast, which we got 75 different sports shows on, as you know. No audience. And we got Juan as the news department.
Juan is doing the news in the morning, and that's it, huh?
Right. And then we got the traffic guy stumbles through the news at noon every day.
Which traffic guy?
That is our news department, and Suds does the news in afternoon drive. Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't laugh. I really shouldn't laugh.
Yeah, I'm glad I gave you a few chuckles anyway.
But
so when are you coming back?
The station, I'll tell you that.
Phil, when are you coming back?
When
are you coming back?
Well, I don't know. I sure would like to plan a little Caribbean swing.
We'll put Rick and Suds back in the morning, put you back on an afternoon drive, and see, they messed with a thing that was already, there was no problem. You know what I'm saying? Like radio people always do. Oh, and then we got a consultant, by the way.
Oh, it ain't Sabo, is it?
Yes.
Oh, God.
If
but he likes you. He likes you a lot.
Well, our show has been exempt from the new memos that have come out about how we have to have shiny, bright, happy callers on the air, and about how they have to screen the callers extensively, and they have to, coach the callers on what to say. I mean, it is so un-WIOD, it's unbelievable. This guy's got no concept of what this station's all about.
See, he runs this KLSX out here.
Yeah, and
you wouldn't believe it. The KLSX is the LA version, or they're trying to do what we did in Miami.
Yeah.
God, it's bad.
A bomb.
Really, really bad.
Isn't Howard's on there, right?
Howard Stern.
I hear Howard's doing good in the morning, and the rest of the station's got to want something.
Yeah, they got these 3 guys in the midday. They call them the regular guys. Hey, I can relate. Then they got, I don't know, for some reason, a 2-hour show between 2 and 4. And then they have this Ricky Rackman kid who was
all right. Love the name.
And then they got that cat Pharrell.
Oh,
who, is
the worst.
If he ever has a bowel movement, he doesn't have a show because he's running,
Yeah.
And I don't know what else. They got some street kid on at 10 o'clock at night who comes on. The kid's from East LA, and he goes, okay, the elections are over. I don't know. Are you pissed off? Are you upset? Tell me what you think,
Right.
So they got 4 talk stations here, Neil, and it's all just
crap.
It's pretty bad.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, man. Since we've been over this new building, the calls have really, I'm telling you, you've never seen nothing like this.
Oh, like they're dropping off?
They have dwindled down to a precious few. I mean, I've been back 3rd day from vacation. I'm ready to go on another vacation now. It's unbelievable. But we do have the billboards up. They look great.
But this dude Sabo is in your corner, right?
Major asshole. Major asshole. I mean, this guy, he has no clue what this market is all about. He has no clue what our format is all about. He's another one of these guys who thinks that you can take a formula and you can go from one market to another. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And but you know as well as I do that this is not like any other market.
I know it. Yeah.
And he doesn't get it.
Well, the guy's from rock and roll, and so he figures
he's from Hunger. This guy.
Yeah.
He's from Hunger. Well, listen, I already went 7 minutes past the break, but it's great to hear your voice.
Good to talk to you, man.
And we'll pack you sandwiches. We'll make you a spread like you never saw. We'll have a limousine waiting for you at the airport.
We'll hook up somehow.
Yeah.
Some way.
Come back, Phil.
And
come back, little Sheba.
Yeah. Come by, Phil. Man. We love you, man.
I'm waiting for Rimmer in January.
For what?
For Rimmer. He's going to be here for the Kings, ain't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only taste of Florida here.
Well, if that's all you got to look forward to, like I said, we want you back soon. See you, Phil.
See you later.
Take care of yourself.
All right, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Boy, am I depressed now. 122 at WIOD. If you want to get over and get a great lunch or great dinner any day of the week, 7 days a week. Okay. Are you...
I'm Aaron Summers, and you know what? You got me talking on the passion phone. Tell me the story about how you got flown. I got you down. Yeah. Holy cow. I'll tell you once more before I hang up the phone. I got you down.
Roy!
The lines are jammed up. Yes, there isn't a doubt. Call up and tell me what it's all about. I got you down. Yeah. Holy cow. I'll tell you once more before I hang up the phone. I got you down. I got you down. I got you down. I got you down. I got you down.
Okay.
Here on the show, there's a new topic each night. Who'd you have sex with a black or with a white? I got you down. Yeah. Holy cow. I'll tell you once more before I hang up the phone. I got you down.
Oh, God, 127 at WID. I'm emotionally spent after hearing from Phil Hendrie. Oh, guess what? It still didn't get on after waiting all that time. Ain't that a shame? I'm really excited for you. Only in this town could we get Phil Hendrie on there and then follow it with that. You know what I'm saying? Unbelievable. So typical that there are no words to describe it. We have two open lines on the out-of-town lines, 1-888-949-WIOD, 1-888-949. We'll have Phil, I guess, a regular every day for a couple of hours. Here's a lady in North Miami Beach. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
I wanted you to know I'm going to take up donations so that you and Phil and Rick and Suds can all get back on your own radio station and tell the rest of them what to do.
To blow it out their ass, right.
Yes,
Yeah.
somewhere.
I mean, this station was very highly successful. The only problem was that they weren't making as much money as they wanted. And then all of a sudden, in the last year that Cox owned it, they started making a lot of money with it. And then this joint gets a hold of the station for a song. They practically get it as a holiday gift, and they start tinkering with it, bringing in consultants and just chasing everybody out the door. I don't know what these people are thinking about.
They're not thinking, dear.
They've got themselves a major, gigantic, successful, unique radio station, and we're watching it disintegrate right in front of our puss.
If they had a brain, they'd be dangerous.
Exactly.
Now, one thing
And even without one, they're pretty dangerous, yes?
Am I allowed to record your show?
Why not?
Good, because my kid moved away and he is dying. He has to have some tape.
As long as you don't do anything sinister with it, you can record it, yeah.
No, what he's doing, he says if he plays it up there, the guys he's working with will make donations, and maybe you'll get invited to Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Come to where? Come to where?
Pennsylvania. I tell you, it's a
El Paso.
very, very good place.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted you to know I'm taking up the money to get that new radio station for y'all.
Okay, sweetheart, we're waiting.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Small bills. Thanks. Open line today at 622-9463, one in Broward. So how can there be open lines here after we just had Phil Hendrie? I should have kept Phil on and taken a lot of calls for him, but that would have been a good idea. I don't want to subject him back to this again. He's probably getting spoiled with lots of great calls out there and with that LA ambiance, that kind of real boring crowd out there, that real plastic polyester LA crowd. 1:30 at WIOD.